Hello, everyone, and welcome to Durrett's Take. It's that time of the week where I go over my one-line headliners for each NFL game this past week. So let's get started. For this Thursday night football game last week between the Saints and Rams, my headliner is Apukuracha, Apukuracha. So Puka Nakua continues to add to his great rookie season so far, and the Rams' offense for three quarters was awesome as the Rams put themselves in the driver's seat for a playoff spot. Now, one concern that I have with them is that they can get these big leads, but then they don't keep them, and things get closer than it should be. Um, so while I don't like that part, I do like everything else about them. Next, you got a couple Saturday games. You got the Bengals versus Steelers. Pickens steals Bengals playoff chances. For weeks, people have been going off on Pickens' lack of effort, and he finally had enough of it. He balled out with just four catches, but for 195 yards and two touchdowns. This allows puts the Bengals at 0-5 against other teams in the AFC North, and with the Steelers having a tiebreaker over them, their magical run may be at an end at this point. Bills versus Chargers. Hey, a win's a win. Yes, the win for the Bills should have not been this close, but like I kind of warned last week, when the interim head coach coaches their first game, the team usually plays better for that specific week, and that's what happened. The most important thing is that the Bills win, and they keep themselves most likely in a spot for the playoffs. Browns versus Texans. Flacco punch. For you gamers, if you remember Super Smash Brothers, you got Captain Falcon as line was Falcon. It's a Falco punch. Joe Flacco continued to dominate, and what's crazy is the Browns still have a chance to technically win a division, get the number one seed. Now I'm not going to say they're going to do that, but I mean to make the playoffs at this point, to have double-digit wins on the season is pretty crazy. Commanders versus Jets. Time to put the QB down. Once again, House struggled, and Jacoby Brissett came in and almost leads them to victory like last week. And now, even though Washington's eliminated for the playoffs, so technically it doesn't matter what they do. They now have permanently benched Town. They're going to go with Brissett for the last two games. Smart move there. Seahawks versus Titans. It's never pretty, but Seattle's staying alive. The Seahawks should have lost this game with the mistakes they made and penalties they made, but they got the win. And with the Vikings-Packers potentially knocking each other out, the 7th spot is up for grabs. Colts versus Falcons. Run, run, run the ball across the field. The Falcons went heavy run, and Taylor Heineke played well as the Falcons are still alive. And if they can have the Bucks lose a game, then they can still make this interesting finish for the NFC South crown. For the Colts, luckily both the Texans and Jags lost, so it didn't hurt them. Packers versus Panthers. Give me all your loving, all your passing touchdowns too. Jordan Love had a great game, and he surprisingly needed to since the defense gave up 30 points to a bad Carolina offense. So while the Packers are alive for the playoffs, I still think they're on the outside looking in. Lions versus Vikings. Party like it's 1993. The Lions are finally division winners, first time since 1993. Now, I'm not sure how they will fare in the postseason, but congrats to Lions on winning division. For the Vikings, the bad luck continues as they have to decide if they want to still try to sneak into the playoffs at this point with the injuries starting to pile up, or if they just want to get a better draft pick at this point. Jaguars versus Buccaneers. Baker being a playmaker. Baker's continuing his hot streak right now, and now reports are him, Tampa want to reunite next season. While things are headed in a good direction, I want to hold off for one more week, because if they beat the Saints at home to win a division, then sure, yes. But if the Bucks squander their chances to win the division and miss out on the playoffs, then you need to reevaluate that. Cardinals versus Bears. Let's go running. Fields didn't do great passing the ball, but when the Bears focused heavily on the run, whether it's Fields running himself or running back running the ball, they looked way better and they rushed for 250 yards. Again, Fields and the head coach, Matt Eberflus, are making things a little more tricky as what to do this offseason with them. Cowboys versus Dolphins, a game of inches. To describe this, the Cowboys on their first drive marched down the field, had a first goal at the 1-yard line. Instead of doing a quarterback sneak or hand off to their lead running back, Tony Pollard, they hand off to a fullback who fumbles the ball. On the road, the Cowboys can't afford mistakes like that or penalties, which they're number one in, unfortunately, in the league. So the Cowboys have to hope that the Eagles lose a game in order for them to win a division. Patriots versus Broncos. Oh, the irony. The Patriots' rookie kicker they drafted has struggled all year, but in this situation, he finally makes a clutch and a pretty difficult kick to make. Not only, there's a pretty much ruin Broncos' playoff chances, but also ruins the Patriots' chances to have a top 3 pick, which they desperately need. And then Raiders versus Chiefs. Mahomes can't save you now. This is just such a bad O line, and the receiving core is so bad, as we all know, that even Mahomes and his greatness in Andy Reid's playing calling is not enough to overcome it. Now the Chiefs just need to focus on winning one more game to secure the division and settle for a 3 seed, basically, unless Miami collapses. Giants versus Eagles. The DeVito show has been canceled. DeVito hype is over now and has been benched, and Daboll has confirmed Tyrod Taylor's going to take the starting job back now. Some backups have good games, but once the film is out there and the longer they have to start, the more the weaknesses gets exposed, and that's what happens. I'm glad the Giants made it a close game, though. It wasn't a blowout. Ravens versus 49ers. That wasn't pretty. Brock Purdy against the best team in the league could not go toe-to-toe with them as he threw 4 picks and got hurt. And Darnold came in and did just as fine as Purdy. It shows that he should not be in the MVP and that he was overrated, like I've been saying. Like he's like obviously a starter now, but obviously the system makes him more look like elite most times. And now, basically, Lamar Jackson should have the MVP locked up now, in my opinion. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel and tweet about me. Pretty soon I'll come out with my Week 17 NFL predictions. And the NFL finish line is getting exciting as we're going to see who will make the playoffs or not. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.